And here we go. Welcome to Booze and Ballin', fantasy football shaken,
not stirred.
Tonight's fantasy football talk is inspired by New Belgium's VooDoo Ranger. That was...
Did we try that?
No, we did not try that.
That was impressive.
I'm actually... Threw me off. The whole, like, that was way too damn insane.
Holy shit. Minute and a half in.
We can harmonize like a mother trucker. VooDoo Ranger is aligned by New Belgium. New Belgium is out of... What did we say? Was it Connecticut?
I don't know. We got in a fight about this. I think it was Colorado.
That was Colorado, yeah.
Oh, that's Texas. Fort Myers. See, we suck.
It was Fort... Yeah, I don't know where it was. It was Fort Myers, and there were two locations, but it says it on the damn can.
Yeah, I know. It's right, actually.
So while I try and figure this out, Fort Collins,
Colorado.
Yes. Sky high in Colorado.
One of these days.
One of these days. All right, so why are we drinking tonight?
I'm drinking because it's a sad week in a couple of our leagues.
It's a sad week, and I'd say majority of leagues.
Cue the music. It's trade deadlines is why we're drinking this week. It's half of the fun for me. So if you really think about it,
week
half
10
the fun is over. And then it's just let it ride. At this point, it's almost set it and forget it.
Yeah, week 10 is most leagues trade deadline.
Yeah, and if you got hit like injuries like I got, and you made the playoffs somehow, still you're literally looking at it like, well, Brandon Ayuk it is. I don't have any other choice. There's no other decision to make here. It's Brandon Ayuk and Brandon Ayuk only. So,
and you're halfway. And it's also trade deadline, but a shitty week for buys.
I know. It's all
four big teams on buys.
It's just a bad week for fantasy football this week.
Trade deadline is always a rough one. But anyway.
There is no bad weeks.
So we're drinking.
I'll take that back.
We're starting with VooDoo Rangers. I'm guessing it's their original.
Yeah, because it just says VooDoo Ranger IPA. So I'm thinking this is like a play on, like, they must have a whole VooDoo Ranger line going on now that we're going to try out for y'all.
So we'll start with...
That
did not pop. Oh, I'm going to fuck my finger up. Oh, this could be bad.
Hold on, use a pen.
Oh, got it.
That was impressive.
So tonight is flight night.
Flight night.
Which I think we're going to make this a thing. Do some flights every once in a while, be it beer, liquor, whatever.
I enjoy the idea.
But it was your idea.
Ooh, that looks nice. I actually kind of like the looks of that.
Flight nights with our fancy glasses.
You guys like to see some color?
So this is just a Hazy IPA, 7%. Not a Hazy, a regular IPA.
This is just their plain old
7%
VooDoo Ranger IPA. I think I've had this one before, but I think it was draft. I think it was on draft is where I had this.
I think I gave you more, but that's worth it. Put you back there, Mr. VooDoo Ranger.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got a fatter glass than you do. Cheers, mate.
Cheers to flight night.
Flight night.
So, trade deadline. Love it.
Okay.
We're in for a night.
Yeah, we are.
All right. Let's get to it. Let's start this one off with last week's pick'ems.
Ooh, yeah. I think I lost again.
Coming back. I'm chipping away at it.
Yeah, just
like,
coming at it.
It is like I'm chipping at like the tortoise coming at your little napping hair.
You're under triple digits now.
I finally got down. I'm 92 points behind now.
Yes, for sure.
Took a minute, but I'm getting there.
Coming back.
Slow and steady. Gonna start coming back. It wasn't time. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to do that.
No, I just got lucky on a couple guys is all.
You had three guys that basically catapulted you into the lead. All right, so let's start this off.
And who would have thought one of them was Nico Collins?
Apparently you did that week. And also you said, I think the first 3-4 weeks you did pick the top fucking defense too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the cheating scandal. We didn't even bring that up in our pregame speech. The Michigan cheating thing. We could have talked about that, but we'll skip over that.
Wait.
Because I like Michigan a little bit. Jim Harbaugh. I mean, I was rooting for him. Now I don't know what to think.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they got that whole like sign stealing thing, which I think is all bogus. And like, who uses the same signs from week in and week out? I don't think really anybody does, do they?
Normally change it up at least a little bit.
Like you kind of switch it up. Like, hey, instead of doing this, I'm going to do this, and then it's going to mean something totally different.
Yeah, like in baseball, they do a bunch of stuff, but there's always one signal that says do. Like this is the
right.
This is the sign.
But you can always change it up and be like, I'm gonna dummy this especially now that you know that Michigan does this, wouldn't you just be like, all right, I'm going to dummy this and still run the same play?
I would just hire like 4 dudes to stand on the sideline and do the Macarena.
That's why you have 7, 8 different 9 signs. Like,
just hire a bunch of the
they got fucking Tom Hanks from Angels and Demons, like
people that do sign
in the
language.
code. Oh yeah,
like have those people that do like sign language at concerts, just station them around your sideline, just going random ass shit, and you just don't tell the players they're only looking at one of those people. There's like 4 of them on the sideline.
Right, exactly. And then on this drive, you're going to look at this one. On this drive, you're going to look at this guy.
All right, let's get to our pick'ems.
They get a big mouth.
I'm making a comeback.
Anyway, so see you.
My idea to take Mahomes did not really pan out.
I know. I got lucky on that one.
He was okay. He got me 18, and your New Orleans beignet ended up getting you 18.4. So you
fucking Jonas brother. And it would have been a lot better if he didn't start throwing picks towards the end of that game.
And he played last night and they won.
Dude, is Justin Fields getting his job back?
I hope not.
It's fucking.
I mean, I hope not, but like,
I mean, he's got almost as many wins as Justin Fields does.
This season, he's better than Justin Fields. So I think I don't know. He's kind of like, I mean, Justin Fields' injury isn't like what Trey Lance's was, but it's like Brock Purdy came in, young guy, and like doing good, and you're like, don't, if it's working. I know, granted, Chicago's not trying to like light the world on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want some draft picks, they should probably put Fields back in, and then they'll start losing again. But
yeah, who would have thought after the whole, I mean, we're going back to Trey Lance, and I hate to fucking do that, but who would have thought that Brock Purdy was the guy that was coming out of that?
Nobody. He was 3 or 4 on the depth chart. Yeah,
he was Mr. Irrelevant. All right. Fuck Brock Purdy. I'm not drinking to him. Actually, I hope he plays well this week. I have him in our 16-team league, but that's besides the point.
All right. Running back, Jonathan Taylor to Barkley. Taylor got you 21.5. Barkley got me 17.5.
Nice.
He got a little bit of a lead there.
A couple of good weeks for running backs.
And then Hans Dotson.
He had a good week again.
He had a good week, 16.9. He started out a little slow. It was a little bit like,
I know.
I thought I did that follow you up again and waste him type of thing.
Right.
And you have Mike Evans, who again had a good week.
Did he?
12.7.
That's a good week. I take that. I kind of
double digits. You got it. And this is a good week.
I stopped kind of following him after like the first half because I got kind of disappointed. So I was like, maybe that was a bad one. He didn't go off like I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to do like 3 touchdown type week.
Now it brings me to your second receiver, who I thought was going to go again, just like last week, first play of the game.
Yeah.
They hit MVS like right.
I know, like deep, real
and I'm
quick.
like,
and I'm like, here we go.
Yeah, I was thinking at least I have Mahomes.
Yeah, and then he proceeded to throw to like 12 different receivers from there on out.
You got 4.2 from Marquez Valdez.
I think he had 1 catch for 32 yards again.
That was it. Just that first catch again.
First catch.
Was that last week that you did that with
Wandale for 1 for 22?
Or 2 weeks ago? Yeah. 2 weeks ago you did that with Wendell Robinson. But it was only 1 catch for 22 yards. So yeah, this was a better week.
Hey, I'll take the 10 yards. Fuck it.
And I had Adam Thielen. I stole him from you and wasted this shit out of it.
Yeah, no, thank God.
7.9. Still better. So at this point, we're about even. And you know what really brought me back was my defense.
Yo.
Look at that.
Got one.
The tides have turned.
He got one.
I have a quarrel with defenses in one of the leagues I'm in after this. But Ravens got you.
Like coral? Like.
That's one of those words if your teacher says sound it out, I'm throwing an eraser at her. Quarrel. Sound it out.
Yeah. Sorry, I get tripped up on words like David Spade and oh my God,
David Spade and
fucking
anything.
Chris Farley. Remember where they do
Tommy
that?
Boy?
Where they're like roads and they get high on the nitrous.
Oh yeah, because it was opened up in the back of the car.
Yeah, I always get stuck on words like that, especially when I'm high.
Yeah, it's easy. I get stuck on words like that because I have a speech impediment.
That'll do it.
Has nothing to do with being high.
Imagine him when he's high.
I am a linguist when I'm high.
I know.
It completely flips the script. It like sets my brain right. Well, you went Ravens 18.08, and I went with the Browns for 25.2.
It's only a couple points different.
No, it's only a couple. I had 80 total this week, 85.5 to 74.88. So it's like a 10-point swing, but it got me to double digits.
That's cool.
So 692.23.
Who would have thunk that the Jonas brother would have outscored Patrick Mahomes?
To 600.52. I'm going to get him. I'm gonna get him.
Go get me.
Defenses. So last night, like Eagles were on a bye and I had their defense in the league. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna pick up Carolina's defense because I figure that the Bears don't want to win.
Yeah.
And so I picked them up and played them last night. And then they returned the field goal kickoff or the punt I'm like, this was a great spot play. I'm looking in this one league, 18. I'm like, oh, I'm in the wrong league. Switch over to the league I picked them up in.
Didn't play him.
No, I played them.
Oh, yeah.
They don't count special teams.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
That shit had me about breaking my fucking phone.
So what's the defense do? Like, it's just nothing.
Well, it says TD, but they only got me 9 points. And I'm like, how you only get me 9 points? Because I look in another league, if I go
touchdowns were 6.
Right. So apparently this
and they
league,
only scored like 16 points. So it's like they didn't even give up a ton of points. Like,
no. So apparently
I wouldn't play in that league anymore. I'd be like, this is stupid.
I mean, it's my fault. I guess I should have read the rules.
That's almost as bad as having when I had Percy Harvin back in the day, and he would go off and return a touchdown for like a kick for a touchdown, and my league didn't give punt return touchdowns to the player, only the defensive special teams. And I'm like, so wait, I'm sitting there playing Percy Harvin.
Wait, it did give me the special points.
And I didn't get the points, but yet I'm playing against Minnesota's defense, so they get the points and I don't, and I have the specific player, and you only have the team? Like, how does this fucking work?
I stand corrected. I think I did get the points for that, but apparently their defensive scoring stupid. Because in the fifth quarter, the one we go off of, 17.24. 16 points allowed, 295
defense
yards.
Do score a lot of points in the fifth quarter.
Yeah.
That's why they get drafted early in that league.
Even if I go in another league, let's go with, well, yeah, you don't do it in your league there either. But
negatory.
But there was only 295 yards allowed, 16 points, and a touchdown. And to only get 9 points
with a touchdown.
With the touchdown.
Normally they're scoring negative. Then is what you're telling me.
The Bears got 8 points.
Wait, huh?
It was a 1 point difference. Because they allowed 13 points with 3 sacks.
But didn't Jonas Brother throw like 2 picks?
Yeah, no, he did. I don't know, did he? But what gets me is like,
oh wait, no, that was
no, he didn't. Jonas Brother had 162 yards, 6 carries. Bryce Young had 185, 3 carries. But
still,
yeah, the difference in it is 1 point, and I got a defensive touchdown.
That's totally stupid.
It pissed me off. That's why we should have drank. I should have.
I'd have to go over the rules and like.
I got to look at them.
I would look at the scoring a little harder and then be like, all right, we're either changing this or just get rid of defenses altogether because I can't have the top defense of the week probably score 9 points.
Yeah, I got to look back and see what other ones score.
So it's like,
you done? I'm not going back.
Oh, I can be done with it. I didn't realize we were there.
Oh no. So before we pick our teams this week. What we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to rate them
really good stuff
as we go. That's just, to me, that's a very drinkable IPA.
That's an IPA that I could drink multiple of.
7% though, too. So it's not a weak ass. Are we going?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like usually it's like I can only have like 1, maybe 2.
Or do we want to just?
I ain't no bitch. We can just use the same glass. I don't think
good,
it's going to change it that
do
much.
The dishes.
Yeah, me neither.
We got back here stashing all looking all pretty, all shooting some people outside of the school.
I mean, I don't think it's going to change it that much, do you?
No, I say, so this thing, I like it. What does it say about it? It says this dry hopped IPA bursting with notes of guava, mango, and pineapple. I don't get all that.
Yeah, I didn't get that much either. That's a stretch.
But to me, it's an IPA. It's just it's a good drinkable IPA. Nothing crazy about it.
Nothing crazy
Definitely
about it.
Definitely doesn't taste 7%.
Are you going to yard this thing? Or
I'm
a big, huge fan of the cans of the VooDoo Ranger, by the way. These like...
If I'm being honest, I didn't know until tonight that VooDoo Ranger was New Belgium. I thought VooDoo Ranger was like its own brewery.
You thought it was, yeah.
I did not know
it might have started out that way. Maybe New Belgium picked them up.
Maybe that's the other location.
See, maybe that's one of those things that we should probably do more research before we jump on a fucking podcast.
What about us as we do research?
That's a good point.
I didn't even want to come.
I'm still coming.
Yeah, I liked it. I don't think it's like worth like going way up there, so I'm gonna do 72.
Okay.
72 yards. It's a good IPA. Nothing like popped out like, oh, that was delicious. Like if I would have tasted some of the guava, mango, pineapple, I'd maybe go a little bit higher. But to me, it's a good drinkable IPA for 7%.
Agreed with that.
I said 72 yards. That's what I said.
I'm liking that score. I was actually 70 was in my head before you said 72. I'm going to stick with 70 because I'm with you. It's right around some of the other basic drinkers.
Because we can't match. Like, we can't match. It's a good. I mean, I'll get it again.
I would drink it. Like I said, I would drink multiple of those. If I was like, hey, I'm watching the game and I want to have like 4 or 5 during this game, that's a good one to have.
Yeah. Yeah. But then you'd be like 4 or 5 and be like,
oh yeah,
they were 7%.
You're
like,
going to be
I made a mistake.
You're going to be pretty tipsy after those 4 or 5. That's the idea, though. I mean, who drinks not to get a little tipsy?
I drink for the flavor.
Yeah.
I drink a lot of oodles.
And everybody wants to backhand the shit out of you when you say things like that.
That's true. All right, next one, we're going to work down the line. That's why they're here, staggered beautifully for you.
I always say flavor is basically
Dustin,
just what makes it easier to get drunk off of. Like, if it's a really good tasting beer, like, it just helps me get drunk.
Yeah, if you drink to get drunk, you're not going to go get one of those, like, bourbon beers that's like 12% and tastes like ass.
Yeah, no, I'm not drinking Fish Head 120 minute or.
Oh yeah, me and Jay were talking about that today. Like,
did you ever have it?
Oh, it's awesome.
It's like drinking a whiskey.
Drinker.
It's like trying to drink a whiskey. It comes in a glass that's like real tiny. You can only have a certain amount because it's like.
That's when you're drinking with.
I think the barrel I got was like 18%, but I've heard of barrels go all the way up to like 22% just for a beer, and I was like, huh?
So Dustin, tell me what this one's called.
This
is VooDoo Ranger.
X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you.
I don't even remember how I tried to pronounce this,
but it is called.
I think I said. I tried to almost say prenatal.
See, it is
like permanent, perimental.
It's VooDoo Ranger.
That's what I said. I said perimental.
Experimental, and he's reading that.
And I was like, perimental.
And this is why we should have been filming. But he's like, yeah, what's I'm writing them down. He's like, this one's Xperimental. And I'm like, what? He's like, Periment. Well, is it terminal? Permit? And I look at it, I was like, experimental, you dumbass.
Yeah, you should have saw the look on my face.
That was a good one. Because that look, just like.
That, like, the realization of dumbass in my face must have been priceless.
Oh, I like this color. Ooh. Tip you a little bit. You got to tip your glass a little bit. I noticed on the last episode, when it comes to pouring beers.
Well, because what was one of the first beers I did was like Guinness, I think. I'm used to pouring Guinness.
But you pour it differently than this. That makes sense.
Straight down into the center and let it.
So this thing, this drops down a bit, 6.6. This is an IPA. What does it say?
This is experimental.
This is what they say, our next experiment.
This is just the tip, just to see how it feels. That's why it's only 6.6.
This is also a citrusy IPA brewed with Amarillo hops.
Ooh.
So, VooDoo Ranger, Xperimental.
Prenatal.
All right.
Cheers.
Let's pick our teams.
Yes.
See, I'm going to let you go. You get to go first.
I get to go first. Hang on. I actually somewhat prepared 30 seconds
and
before
gentlemen,
this.
Dustin actually has something written down
for
a choice he's going to make on this episode.
I don't know how to
No downtime from him today.
Geno Smith.
I did not see that coming.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith.
Against the Washington Commanders at home. He's due for a rebound.
Geno Smith. Hot damn, I did not see that coming. Holy crap. You got me there. Definitely got me there. What are you thinking of initially?
I think I need to get the other one off my tongue.
I bet you could hear that in here.
It's kind of weird.
You're kind of weird.
You can tell this one's only 6.6. It's kind of weird that it's only 6. Oh, that it's as high as 6.6 because this is super light.
It's lighter in color. It does drop down a bit.
For an IPA, this is super light. Almost like it drinks like a Miller Lite, in my opinion. You know what I mean, though.
Now you say that, though, I think the initial taste definitely does not give me IPA right off the tongue.
Right. Like, when you drink that,
first sip, you do not, it's that, like, that had that IPA, like, go-to, when you first taste that sip, you're like, yeah, right, that's
IPA, straight up. Experimental is a great name for this because that's not your typical IPA.
I would say it is more citrusy than the last one, though. But I still don't get a lot of citrus with it.
Yeah, no.
Again, to me, it's an IPA. But just
It is, but it's a lighter one.
The color,
I actually like it better than the regular.
The aftertaste I don't like as much, but I like.
It doesn't have a finish. You're right. It doesn't have the biggest finish in the world.
It sits there. Now that I'm talking, I'm like, I get it.
I think this one's gonna grow on me. I need to give it time. Who you got? Oh wait.
So I'm up.
Yeah. What do you got for me? I thought I was getting a running back there for some reason too.
You know what? I would let you if you wanted.
No,
I'm confident. I'm so confident that what I was gonna do,
I just one I'm picking.
I'm so confident what I was just gonna do. I'm not gonna do anymore because there's a questionable tag. I'm gonna go with Jared Goff.
I thought you picked. I picked him.
You picked Jared Goff. I'm gonna take Jared Goff this week.
You're gonna go jerking off. Huh?
I'm gonna go jerking off this week.
Like
that is a great name for him. Against the Chargers. I think that's one of those games. Chargers have been playing so bad. I don't know. Like their defense has been suspect. So I like Jared Goff going there.
All of a sudden, Derwin James will show up.
You know what I was gonna go?
4 turnovers.
I was gonna go Josh Allen because I traded for him in a 12-man league on the trade deadline. I'm like right on the cusp fighting for a playoff spot, so I need to make some moves.
Okay.
So I traded for Josh Allen because
it's not a bad one. What'd you give up for him?
I got Josh Allen and the Jags defense. I gave up Trevor Lawrence, the Ravens defense, and
I hope more.
Taraji Spears.
In a dynasty?
No, redraft. But I still have Javonte Williams, Devonta Smith, Najee Harris, and
so somebody thinks that Derrick Henry is getting hurt, or they're just going to get away from him.
Well, in this league, we have a rising star where you can keep your keeper. You can also keep a rookie. They'll be their second-year player.
Okay, that makes total more sense.
But based on the points they scored, and I already have 2 rookies that I might keep. So I already have. So
this guy's out of it, and he's just like, all right, you can take Josh Allen because I want Tajay. So because
Trevor Lawrence has been so up and down. I picked up Will Levis for the hell of it as a rookie, and I also have Quentin Johnston as a rookie.
And Josh Allen hasn't been
and I have Josh Downs. So I have 3 people that I can take my rising star.
You're definitely set in that spot.
And I have Puka.
Ah, fuck.
But I'm in the hunt now. So I needed it because now I have my team is Josh Allen with Swift as my running back, and then and then I have Ramondre Stevenson, Najee, and Javonte. So one of them will be in there. So now my receiver.
Spoiler alert: Najee is going to be one of my buy low candidates.
And my receivers are now Puka, St. Brown, and Ayuk. In a 12-man league, that's pretty dirty. So, and I'm fighting for it. So I think that gets me in the playoffs.
Yeah, and at that point, you know me, just chipping a chair, baby, and just sneak in and win that bitch.
I was gonna go with Allen, but then I was looking and Diggs is questionable, and I'm probably not the week to play Allen if his number 1 receiver is questionable with a back injury. So it's
I did not know Diggs was. Thank you.
Questionable with a back injury.
Saved me from picking him.
Were you gonna pick him?
No, God, no.
Okay. All right. So then I'm up first on running back. And I'm going to go with a guy I think is about due for a damn touchdown, Tony Pollard.
Nice. I hope you're right.
Against the Giants, I feel like it's going to be one of those games.
I got a lot of Tony Pollard, so I hope this guy kills it this week.
I am sorry for clicking my pen as much as I do. I am sorry for clicking my pen as much as I do.
If he does it again, I'm going to backhand him.
Honestly, though, if you would have backhanded me,
it's like
my feet are crossed around the back of the chair, I'd have re-broke my collarbone, and it'd have been worth every.
Oh, it would have been good.
Viral, we would have gone if you back. No, you can't though now.
I know because it would look stupid if I did it now. Reasons why I drink.
You're up, running back and then receiver.
I'm going Javonte Williams.
Oh, we just talked about him.
I know. And the reason I say this, he's got a really good matchup this week.
He is due for a really blow up.
He's been getting touches.
He's been slowly.
They gave him 30 touches last week.
Getting back. Maybe that all that beginning of the year shit was just them really easing him back in.
And I think they're like, oh shit, this guy's our best offensive weapon. And when he touches the ball, the good things happen. So maybe we should give him the rock. And Sean Payton's like, I'm not going down like this. So he's just going to start feeding the beast.
I don't hate the play because they're Broncos. It's funny. Broncos, Bills. Bills defense is not what it used to be.
Yeah, no. And I think the Bills defense has been really shitty against the run this year. So
They have been.
That was where that is. I am
So
taking
hit me with a receiver.
Another Tampa Bay wide receiver, Chris Godwin.
You didn't take him yet?
Nope.
Thought you did.
No,
Oh, you took Mike Evans.
I took Mike Evans last week. I'm going back to back.
Good pick. I like it.
I always like.
I'm liking Baker there. I really am.
Dude, I hope he sticks around. I hope they don't try and get rid of him. I hope they just try and shore up some of that offensive line.
He's playing the best ball he's played in a while.
They've still got crazy weapons. Like if they can just,
I love Rashad.
dude,
White
I'm telling you, Brady bounced. Brady retired, and like everybody on that team was like, fuck.
We're fucked.
Like now what? Like we don't get to do. And then Baker comes in, and it's like
Baker's not a bad quarterback. He's just kind of been
like the Devin White. Seems like he's a little bit happier. Like it feels like that team has kind of rallied around Baker, and I think they like him.
Baker's like that dude's dude. Like he's a likable, fun locker room guy.
Yeah.
And Baker's not a bad quarterback. He's just kind of an unhinged quarterback.
He's a competitor, too.
He'll never be polished.
Like you would always want to ride into.
Oh, he'll run head first into a defender to get you that extra yard. Where like Brady, and I think that's why people like him.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna play. And I think that's why people like him.
Like a little vagina.
I don't want to eat that. No. Oh God, I hate those. And it's winter now, so like that shit sucks.
Oh, I know, dude. My fingers do that all the time at work. They just crack straight in half. It's awful.
I'm up
so bad.
I'm up back to back
Like
receivers.
twisting a wire nut with a big slice down your thing.
Ew, no.
It's awful.
I have no idea where I'm going with defense this week, by the way. I'm up on double wide receiver. I'm going to start by stacking my receiver with my quarterback.
I love doing
and
that.
go Sun God.
Ooh. That's the first time you took Sun God?
I know. I've been waiting. I've been wanting to take Sun God.
Jesus.
I'm pretty sure.
Neither of us have took Sun. I feel like somebody had taken Sun God before. I think you're lying to me. I'm going to have to go watch all our other episodes now.
He's not crossed off. And I've been diligent. I have not taken Sun God.
Yeah, I know.
I do like me some Sun God. So I'm going to stack him with Goff.
We just talk about him a lot, I guess.
I know, because I like that dude. I've now I traded for him and like to just make sure I get him in damn near. I have a Puka Nuke.
He's about due to have a really good week, too.
I have ARSB and Puka Nuka stack in 5 or 6 of my leagues, which I love that.
That's a good stack.
I'm gonna go my second one.
I don't know why you called it a stack when they play for separate teams, but
meaning like a stack of my receivers. Those are my 1 and 2. I'm gonna go back to that Broncos Bills game.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take Jerry Jeudy, who again is due.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take him as my wide receiver number 2.
There's only one problem with that.
Is he hurt?
No. Well, I mean, he's questionable, but when isn't he? He's got Russell Wilson throwing him the football.
I know, but they've been that offense has been getting.
But Russell Wilson has 2 games of 300+ yards, 1 game of like subpar 200 and some, and they came back to back to back, right? Every other game since, he's been sub 200 yards.
I know. But I feel like
he doesn't even like the one game he had like 40-some passing attempts.
I feel like
still had under
I feel like
200
Bills
yards.
is a good game. I feel like the Bills is a good game for Jerry Jeudy to come. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe for the defense to play well again.
It might be me too. Just like sitting on him in so many leagues that like I want him to just do what he's damn capable of.
Who's that? Russell?
Jeudy.
Oh yeah. Well, again,
I love him, but God, I wish he would have. I wish something would have got traded or he would have got traded. But
I think he wanted to get traded.
Yeah. Well, this is his week. I'm saying I can't change it now because
Speaking
you said
of
that.
trades, did you hear I read an article about Derrick Henry and how the Baltimore Ravens went after him a little bit, but they didn't follow through with it.
God,
and I was like,
gross.
oh my God, could you have imagined Derrick Henry in the Ravens uniform?
They don't even need to dress receivers.
I would have been pissed because Lamar Jackson would have just been like, you know what? I'll see you later because I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then every now and then I'm going to bootleg out around and throw it to Mark Andrews or keep it. That's going to be the whole offense. But anyway, I am up. No, you're up. You get a second wide receiver.
I took Jerry Jeudy even though he tried. I was going to change my mind, but I figured it wouldn't be fair to change it. I'll stick with what I got.
Yep, no. I am going to go welcome back
Cotter.
Kyler Murray, and I'm going to go Marquise Brown.
Hollywood.
I feel like his first week back.
You haven't taken Hollywood?
No. Mm-mm.
Did I?
You must have because it's not. Wait, this is the list you gave me.
No, we'll go with
I
it.
definitely didn't take Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown.
I'm pretty sure that I haven't taken any Cardinals receivers.
I think anybody has.
Yeah, there wasn't any reason to.
Going Hollywood with him being back right now.
I'm going with, hey, he's back. He doesn't really have anybody else to throw to besides maybe Rondale Moore, which I love me some Rondale Moore, but he's more gadgety these days than anything. So yeah, that's where I'm living.
All right, so now you are up on,
And I am gonna go with the green Jets. Jets. I forget who they're playing, but pretty sure they got a solid matchup.
give me one.
Either way, I'm gonna finish this beer right now.
You finish that beer right now because I'm damn near done with that beer. You got your Jets. They are playing. Oh, they're playing the Raiders. I would definitely do that. And I'm going to stick, because of the game, I was going to take the Dallas Cow Bitches against the Giants.
That is a great pick. I'm playing them this week in every league that I drafted them pretty much in all of my leagues that I
I
could.
even write down Cow Bitches. I just hate
You're
hate
that petty.
But I took the Cow Bitches and Pollard. And I can't, literally not trying to call them the Cow Bitches. It just happens. Because I'm just been an Eagles fan for that long that it just happens. So we're running with Geno, Javonte, Godwin, Hollywood, and the goddamn Jets.
I love it.
And Goff,
Boo,
Pollard,
boo,
Sun God,
boo. Oh, wait, Pollard,
Judy,
yay.
and Bititches.
Judy, yay.
What'd you boo?
Cow bitches, yay.
What'd you boo?
Your quarterback.
You don't like that play?
Golf?
Goff's like actually one of the better quarterbacks this year in the league.
Oh, for sure. He's been balling out. I'm not hating on Jared Goff. I just said boo because you picked him.
All right. Let's rate the Xperimental.
I liked it. It grew on me. It's another one of those.
It is better.
It's a good drinker.
It's lighter than that one for sure.
Yeah.
But it is, 4% less?
I want to say it's the same beer and they just cut out a couple things and it made it taste better, which also lowered the alcohol content.
The further I got with the half the beer, the less I noticed the aftertaste.
I feel like that's another one of those ones where if I was just sitting around watching the game, that's another good beer to drink.
All right, well, you're going to go first. You rated the regular VooDoo Ranger at 7-0. 70 yards.
I'm going to go up I'm going up 4. I'm going to go 74 on this one.
74.
I've been living in the 70s. I haven't found anything that
That's where you honestly, a good rating is in the 70s. Bad, you go down to 60s and 50s. Good, you go to the 80s. Like real good, you go to the 80s, and like phenomenal.
This is like the best thing I've ever tasted. It goes into the 90s.
The first couple sips, I like this less, but I'm same as you, where
it grew on you a little bit.
Well, yeah, because like I said, the
finish gets different as you drink it.
It wasn't the first couple sips. I'm like, it just kind of sat in my throat for a second.
I was wondering if that one had a lot to do with that. Because that first couple sips, I was like, "There's no finish," and I'm wondering if it's because this one was still.
Well, I swished it around too.
You swished it.
I don't know. I would say maybe I'm gonna go up. I don't know if I'm gonna go.
You were at 72 before.
I don't know if I go to a 76 though.
Are we gonna agree on one?
I might actually agree with you and give it a 74.
Whoa!
Because I can't go up 4, but I do like it a little bit better. I'll go 74 yards on this.
I like it. It's a good score for that beer.
It is.
The Xperimental is definitely a good beer. I like him. So far, VooDoo Ranger, you are knocking it out of the park.
Hit him with the next one.
Hit him with that Cashmerize.
Cashmerize.
This is another one
we both fucked this one up.
Todd's over here like, oh, what's this one? Cashmere? I'm like,
I said cashmere. I completely missed like the cash.
Cash.
I missed the arise at the end.
Oh yeah.
I kept saying cashmere.
You said like, cashmere.
You're like, read the whole word.
I never said that, but
drippy. Get that out of there. Don't let it fuck with your taste buds.
Everybody dribbles before they shoot.
Oh, dude, I heard a song the other day that like I want to write to the artist and be like, can we make this our intro? Because I had
Do it.
What it was so good.
What was it?
I cannot brain for it, but I thought, ooh, this is darker.
Is this
Tell them about it. Grab the little thinger.
There's a little thinger right here.
Little thinger. It's an IPA again.
Little thinger. They actually give you like a pretty cool description on the box.
That was on the tab of the box.
This is literally off of the box that we're reading to you. That's how much research we do for you guys. It is a bold swagger citrus flavors and an exceptionally smooth finish.
And this is our highest yet.
Vote for Cashmere IPA.
7.5%.
That's a pretty good percentage.
That's up there. And it's darker in color.
It literally just says bold swagger citrus flavors. It's an interesting way
It's
to
definitely
describe
got more of the, like, that's hazier.
It's definitely hazy.
Darker.
We didn't even get to the haze glaze. Maybe we should.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
I know you're a fucking
I'm
hazy
a
guy.
hazy guy. Also, I really like his hoodie.
Fucking this suit jacket this guy's got on is dope. The pot leaves and stuff.
Is that what he's got on there?
It's got to be a pot leaf. Well, it's a play on a pot
like
leaf.
a tree.
It's probably a palm tree. You're right. I'm just addicted to weed.
That's like
That's not
trees. And it's like those, like his earmuffs have like headphones in them and shit. Like those ones too.
I'm telling you, man, these cans are dope as shit.
I
Everybody
think
took their time on
I
this.
do love doing like can pick type stuff. All right. So while we're sipping on this one, cheers to
Yeah, I'm
Cashmerize.
telling you, if I like both of these, like VooDoo Ranger is gonna go up on the top of one
Smells
of my lists.
best
So,
smell yet.
like this is so far, this is one of the best variety packs I've ever purchased.
I already like that better right up front.
Wrong hole.
Yeah, wrong hole, bitch.
See, now this is getting into the style that
I
not
taste the
used to.
citrus.
For sure. Sorry,
I like it. All
I
right.
gotta get a better taste on this because that
So-
first one went down the wrong hole.
We got our pick'ems in, and we're drinking because of trade deadline, week 10 trade deadline. I think we should talk a little trade today.
All right, I'm down. Yeah, let's
Not
do it.
like us. We can run through some, but can we express again how sad it is to let trades die?
50% of the fun right out the window.
Trades deserve respect. Deny it. Do something with it. Don't let that little damn red bubble go to waste.
Come on. Somebody
Because-
was kind enough to give you the opportunity to take advantage of somebody.
care. They care about making your team better. Usually not what they care about, but they should.
A good trade is going to make both teams better.
Yes.
Like, your idea when you're trading should never be, I'm going to win this trade. Because that's a bad trade.
Your idea should be, I'm going to make my team better.
Right.
What can I give up to do that?
Correct. So, like, for instance, if you're going to go out there and it said, how can I make this trade happen? And you look at a guy's team and you're looking at there and he's got Travis Kelce. The last thing he wants is TJ Hawkinson. Okay. Well, okay. Maybe if he wants to play him in his flex spot because Hawk's a beast. But the last thing he wants
Unlikely,
is
but
Pat Fryermuth or your Sam Laportas of the world, who are all serviceable tight ends, but they're never going to see his roster. So in your opinion, you're sitting there going, well, I'm offering you this. Dude, it's never going to see my roster, so I'm not going to accept a trade for something that's not going to help my team.
And you're more than likely asking for a guy that's on his roster.
Right, because again, those guys do hold very good value. So it's like you're trying to trade me something of value that I don't want or need. So it's you're not going to
Look at their team. Be like, if he's got Alvin Kamara and then his next best running back is a committee back, be like, oh, hey, I got Brees Hall sitting here just as a fill-in play.
right.
Give him Brees Hall to get the receiver that
Right.
he's got sitting at his fill-in play.
Even, yeah, I've got David Montgomery sitting here coming back from injury. I've got Kieran Williams getting ready to come back from my IR spot that I can offer you as some RB depth.
and,
Don't give
you've
them
got
another
Calvin
tight
Ridley
end.
sitting there you're not playing, and I need a guy that might score.
Right. I need a high ceiling guy that might go off every now and then. Perfect. So offer that. Don't be afraid to give up some pieces. And the way you can be, the way I talk myself into being comfortable with giving up some value is you look at the other guys that you're going to be starting, and you got to take injury completely out of it when you're trading because you can't foresee injuries.
Anybody at any time can go down.
Yeah, exactly. So take injuries and throw them to the side because it doesn't. If you're thinking that way, you're already lost the trade.
Yeah.
But you really need to start taking into consideration, like, all right, for one instance, I have Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Ramondre Stevenson, and I want to say, fuck, I forget my fourth running back. Anyway,
Which one?
this is my family league, and I just traded, but like I need wide receiver help. So like I'm okay trading.
You've got tools.
Yeah, I'm okay trading a Derrick Henry because I went out and got Chris Olave for him.
And see,
so
there are
it's
people
like,
that'd be like, you know what? I'm going to give a Tank Bigsby, and I want to get Chris Olave.
yeah, and
Like, no,
so
you're
it's
not
like
gonna
I just
do
gave
that.
up the RB7 to get like the wide receiver 20 because I'm foreseeing Derrick Henry possibly taking like a little bit of a dip. I don't think he's going to maintain top 10 down the stretch. Unless the Tennessee Titans are like, hey, like.
Will Levis changes that team definitely a little bit.
Agreed. If they can stay in playoff contention, then yes, Derrick Henry's obviously a top 10 guy. But I don't consider them staying in playoff contention. And as soon as that happens, I think they start playing Tajay a lot more.
And which is why I was a little bummed to get rid of him, but it's not a dynasty. So
I think Henry's still going to get his run. They're not just going to bench him because fans are there to see. They're still paying him a lot of money to be there. They're still going to give him the ball, but it's not going to be your 27
And
carries.
honestly, Will Levis being a better passer thus far is going to make Derrick Henry.
His efficiency's been amazing this year. I mean, he's only getting like 15 carries a game as opposed to like 26.
And he's still scoring.
And he's still the RB7 or something like that in half PPR, yeah.
And with trades, and yes, if you don't want to trade, great. If you're one of those people that just likes to play fantasy for what it is, wait, episode burp.
That's not that hazy.
It's not hazy,
But
it just
it's very
looks
good.
hazy.
I like it. And
Just
I'm not a hazy guy.
respond to the trade, though. Deny it. Nobody gives two shits. Laugh at them, deny it, whatever. But do something, because if you say no, then I'm going to move on to the next guy. But if I am offering you a fair trade, I don't want to move on to the next guy and have you be like, oh, I was gonna accept it. No, like, just deny it. Do something. Just respond to trades in your leagues, because yeah, you don't want the other people to win in theory, but also you wouldn't want to sit there in limbo either. So don't be a dick about it. Like, respond to the trades, deny them. Who cares? But give us a chance to move on. I like us because we do a lot of.
You also gotta weigh. You gotta weigh your future options too. Like, if you trade with somebody and you give them the benefit of the doubt, and you let them quote unquote win the trade, they're gonna trade with you again in the future.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's contagious.
I'm going to pick on my brother here. My brother likes to complain a lot that nobody wants to trade me. Nobody wants to get involved in bed with Eric.
It's a personal thing.
It's like, it sucks, right? And it's like, dude, you always go for the throat, though. Like, you can't, like, he's always got to come out on top. And I get it. Like, nobody wants to lose, again, quote unquote, lose a trade.
And even if it's an equal trade, he's so scared.
He'll always find a way to
lose a trade. Yeah. His thing is like, well, if I give him up and this guy gets injured, he's so scared.
Or if I give him up and then all of a sudden he blows up, it's like, well, that's why I'm trying to trade for him.
It could be down to the decimal point a fair trade.
Yeah.
It'd be like, Mahomes for Allen. Allen, like, a fair trade, but he's so afraid that I just traded for Allen. And then Allen gets hurt.
Right. Like,
and he lost that trade. The trade was fair.
I'm going to pick on him a little bit. And I ended up doing the deal in our family league. I offered him Ramondre Stevenson for Chris Olave straight up. And I was like,
that's a good trade.
He needed some running back help. And obviously my wide receivers are terrible. I think DJ Moore is my best one.
When did you offer this?
Just last week. This just happened.
And Ramondre's finally coming back.
And Ramondre's...
I would rather right now have Ramondre.
Agreed, 100%. I got 100%. But again, my team needed, and I'm sitting there with Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
Oh, I have Saquon Barkley on that team. So I got Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Ramondre Stevenson.
So you can give up, again, this is what I'm saying, give up a piece, which I think the better player in that trade is Ramondre.
To get a little bit less, but again, I can afford to do so because I think Chris Olave is a great buy low candidate right now.
Yeah.
And I really think that he's going to continue. I mean, I think he's been terrible this year, but yet he's still like a top 20 guy, I think.
That's a great trade. That's a great trade for as far as equal value.
Right. And what I had to offer and what I was giving up didn't really hurt my team. Yeah, I was losing the trade a little bit, but at the same time.
But who were his running backs?
My value is so high. Exactly. It wasn't he had a really, I forget he has a really good one, like a Pollard or something like that.
But he doesn't have like that number 2.
But he didn't have like a really strong.
And right now, I think Stevenson's getting to that point in the season where he's going to be a start guy, forget guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially with Kendrick Bourne going down, he's going to see way more targets. He's going to get 4, 5, 6, 7 targets now, and he's going to do more with it.
He's adding 5 points to his weekly average.
Yeah,
easy.
Sure. Yeah.
That's one of
And
those things.
well, and-
That's a fair trade.
Yeah, and he's kind of like Najee Harris. I also see Najee Harris as a very, very good buy low candidate.
And so
right
he
now.
didn't take it.
No, that trade. No, he offered me. He countered and said, "How about Derrick Henry and Debo Samuel for Chris Olave?" And I forget the running back that I got. He gave me Najee, which again I was like, "Oh shit!"
So
I didn't even think Najee
he wants
was
you
available.
to give him Debo
and Henry
and Henry
for Olave and
Olave.
Najee. I took it, yeah, because I like both those guys. I like
you
Olave.
took it though,
yeah,
but
for
you
sure.
definitely lost that trade right up front.
Oh yeah, right now that's because
You're just
Debo's coming back
again. So that's one of those things you said. You lost a trade to him, so maybe maybe buys you some trade value down the road. Now the problem is, like, some people will be like, Najee now all of a sudden goes off,
and now he's gonna be
and
like,
he's gonna be like, I gave you Najee last year. But you got to look at the trades as in the moment and what you personally think is going to happen.
Which, here's my reason why on
I
Najee.
believe he should have done the other trade. That was better value for him.
I think so too. Here's my thing on Najee, and I'm hesitant to say this.
I want to know because I have him and I don't know what the fuck to do with him.
Keep him.
I
100% hold on to him. I don't think you're not going to get the value for a Najee Harris right now because he had a down year last year. But then he just walked in this year to, again, poor offensive line play, poor quarterback play. And we knew that was coming, but hang on, let me finish. He played a lot of the top defenses. He started off with like San Fran and then Baltimore and then like Cleveland, and then like he just played like top defense after top defense after top defense. And then he had a couple of better matchups. The only matchup I saw that he should have had a better game was the Las Vegas Raiders. Other than that, he's had serviceable matchups and he performed and gave you your 14,
Jalen Warren wasn't
points.
lighting the world on fire either.
No, God no.
Yeah,
the whole teams were just getting blown out of games and game script.
San Fran, Cleveland, Vegas, Houston, Baltimore, Rams, Jacksonville, all good defense.
All good defenses.
All except for maybe Vegas and Houston.
And the Rams.
Houston's actually not a
and
bad
the Rams.
defense. Rams actually defense is
But he
terrible.
actually did pretty good against the Rams.
Yeah.
But it's like, so give Najee a break. He's going to start coming into some better matchups. And I think if they can stay involved in games, I mean, hell, Kenny Pickett throwing the ball 40 times a game is definitely not the game plan. So
No, it's funny you say that because I was sitting in the chair today at number 7.
yeah.
And Taylor's Steelers
That's the
fan.
first time you brought it up again. Dude, Taylor, he's got to do a better job.
No, we talk about it's as long as I bring you up every episode.
That
But
should
no.
be like one of the first things to sponsor. Man.
Oh my god, a cut today. Oh, speaking of which, I was looking. They do get the shave and the. Got to get you in there. We're doing
Good,
back-to-back appointments before one of our episodes. Get the head shave and the balding. That'd be dope. Get in there, a little lather shavy. We'll set up a back-to-back and then we'll come and do this.
Already.
But no, we were talking about it, and like their offense is stale, and the play calling's horrible. And I said to him, I like Mike Tomlin, but I asked him, I said, is it to the point where the Steelers need a change? And he referenced the same thing, like with Andy Reid and the Eagles back in the day. Like, Andy Reid's a great coach. He's going to do good elsewhere. He's doing it in Kansas City.
Yeah, he'll get hired tomorrow. Yeah.
But does the organization need a change? Like, is it time where they're like, all right, you know what? They need a better offensive coordinator, obviously.
That's tough because it's the Steelers you're talking.
He was saying Kenny Pickett in the fourth quarter is great.
Yeah.
When he's got to throw and come back and be behind.
And he's also throwing a garbage time.
When he's doing hurry-up offense, he's a lot better quick. So the play calling's bad, but is it time for the Steelers to just be like, you know what? Nothing against Tomlin. He's a great coach, but do they need to revamp like the Eagles
very good
did?
leader of men.
We were talking about that today.
Tough,
It's kind of like you don't know.
You don't know. It's like that's one of those is the grass greener on the other side type of things.
Never
I don't think so. I think Tomlin's one of those coaches that it's like you just got to give him time to figure it out. Because they're still competitive in a lot of these games. They're still competitive. I mean, a couple of them they got blown out, but that's to the better teams in the league.
But their play calling's bad.
Yeah,
bad.
Agreed. All right, so I'm gonna finish this. How you feeling on the Cashmere, cash rules everything around me? Cashmerize.
I like the haze. I like the thicker, darker haziness of it. Actually, I do like the citry. But again, you're falling more into my ballpark of that citrusy hazy type of thing. I think it's pretty damn smooth. I mean, it had a great smell off the palate. I'm gonna bump it up again.
Ooh.
So far, I'm going up.
So far, he likes the VooDoo Ranger lineup.
I do. I have high hopes for this one, but
I know you're a hazy guy.
I am a hazy guy. I like this.
You heard the name and we're like, ooh.
I'm gonna go. You know what? It's better. I'll just bump it up 2 more. I'm gonna go 76.
Okay. I like 76.
So I got 72, 74, beer. 76. I did like it because I don't have any lingering.
Yeah, no, it is.
And again, it's a 7.5, and it does not taste like 7.5.
Not at all. Not even close. Yeah, if you like the hazier stuff, it's not even super hazy, so I can't say that.
It's not even a hazy.
It's not
just,
a hazy.
It does have a thicker feel to it.
More. It dances on your palate a lot more for sure.
Yeah. It's our tiny dancer dancing for freedom.
I'm not sure what I'm going with here because I did really enjoy it.
Did you like it? Did you like it better than the Xperimental?
No, I did not.
Did you like it better than the VooDoo Ranger?
I'm thinking it's
original.
I think it's right around the same
as the original. So you didn't like it as much as that, but you liked it.
It wasn't terrible. No, I'm going to stay at 71.
71, just slightly better than regular VooDoo Ranger.
Just slightly better, yeah. Because I do think it's a better beer because it offers more. I think it drinks better than just like. Don't get me wrong, this is still very good. But if for what it is, I'm not a huge hazy guy, but you're right. Like
it's funny, you can tell where our tastes start to like vary. Yeah.
Those little things that you talk about, I got to give it props because they do them very well in that beer. Like
yeah,
the body was good.
That was the first one I got the citrus in.
Right.
For sure.
Exactly. Yeah. I agreed.
And now
we are now on to Haze Glaze.
Haze Glaze.
It's not even glaze. I just want to glaze things.
Oh my gosh.
Haze Glaze.
It looks the same hazy as the last one.
It looks very, very similar. Ready Gamer 1.
All right.
Is that like a play on Ready Player One, I guess?
Great movie.
That's odd. I've watched that movie.
I want another. I've seen a lot.
I want one of those omnidirectional pads.
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with the?
I don't want it to taint the taste.
You want to taste my taint?
I don't want to do anything to your taint. It's not a look. It's not a pickle.
That's one of those instances where it really matters where you put the word in the sentence.
Yeah, it's not a pickle circle.
We're not talking about pickle circles, okay?
Who doesn't love the old high school underwear swap?
The old high school underwear swap. I told you that in confidence.
You tell me nothing in confidence.
That's what you just think it is.
All right.
What did this say?
Imagine what we're saying, and it's exact 7.7. This is the
tropically chill,
highest,
and just right juicy. Oh, this is right up my alley.
It is just.
Haze Glare IPA wants to own your vote to be the next rotating IPA. This must be one of their new ones then.
And we want to own your vote as podcast
we want you
to
like and fucking follow and subscribe.
Please subscribe. We drink and do dumb shit, and we swap pickles.
And we do dumb shit. Did we say dumb shit?
I wanted to read that.
No, you didn't. I already did.
I like that.
On all of them. I like that. I like that. What a party.
That is smooth. I think you're going to like this better than that. All right, so
it smells like dirty socks.
Trade deadline.
What about the trade deadline?
Who are you moving?
Who am I moving?
You got to move someone like right now. Like trade deadline, you're like, sell high. Who's a sell high right now?
I think Derrick Henry.
Yeah, agreed.
I think Derrick Henry is a huge sell high because you don't know what you're getting out of that offense the rest of the way. And you don't know what you're going to get out of Tajay Spears. Like at one point, they might just be like, okay, we're out of it. So let's just see what we got.
Is a buy low?
No, because you still got Henry there. I mean, I'm
saying you buy him for cheap right now.
Yeah.
If you have the bench
I think
space,
if you're a Derrick Henry owner, you
buy
need to
that
go.
handcuff
You
cheap.
need to go buy Tajay Spears.
If you got the room, obviously this is.
If Tajay Spears is just flat out available in your league, I would definitely. If you got a spot, I would get rid of somebody for him, and because you don't know what's going to happen. Because I really think, why wouldn't you just sit him down and be like, all right, Derek, we're still going to pay you, and you don't have to run the rest of the year, and then we're going to let you go, and you can go chase rings the rest of your career, or whatever you want to do, which is gonna happen, and he's gonna be okay saving his legs for next year.
And I don't think he loses value doing that.
Right.
People are like, well,
people are gonna be
he's
like,
set.
okay,
He's got
good,
one-
because now Derrick Henry had 6 months rest before he even got to the
A
training
contender is going to take you for
Yeah.
one more year.
I think Baltimore Ravens pick him up next year because
hope not.
J.K. Dobbins is still going to be coming off an Achilles. Actually, they're not even going to re-sign him because he's coming off of an Achilles.
I hate to say it, but I think J.K. Dobbins. is
Shout out to the Baltimore
done.
Ravens. You did exactly what I said fuck you guys for with rookie contracts. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, he's done.
I don't say he's done, but he's just not going to be a Raven. Unless he
Yeah.
accepts like some crazy, stupid, small deal, because they're not going to pay him.
No.
Nobody's going to pay him. He now has to work his fucking ass off after he just got done doing that with his ACL and all this other shit to get back on the field so that he can go try and prove himself again. And then God forbid he doesn't get hurt.
He's gonna have to take a low number. I mean, they dodged a bullet by paying him too, but yeah, that offense.
They didn't pay him shit.
Exactly.
He's still on a
They
rookie
dodged
deal.
a bullet for not signing him.
Yeah, and that
Coming
sucks
off his
for him.
injury history, I'd be hesitant to pay him too.
I wouldn't-
but I would have offered him something.
Some incentive bonus or something.
Something like, hey,
yo,
we'll do this.
if you
but
play
here-
the whole season,
give him like the franchise tag money, kind of
Yeah.
like they did with Saquon. We're like, give you the franchise money, but we'll give you some incentive based
I
stuff.
just say what
So
Saquon
that you
and
get-
Jacobs both signed
it's
1-year
money.
deals.
But if you
We
don't,
got a really good offseason coming this way.
we do. It's gonna be fun.
This is going to be a good one. There's going to be a lot of moving parts because you're going to have Barkley. You're going to have, because I guarantee you Saquon's not a Giant next year.
No,
Why would he? Has
think
Daniel Jones proven to him that he's going to absolutely like all of a sudden be like, hey, I'm going to lead us to a Super Bowl? Hell no.
no, and
Hell no.
Danny DeVito ain't it either.
No, God, no. I could see Saquon signing in Baltimore.
See, I
Then
think,
again, every running back would look sexy in that Baltimore
and
Ravens
it's,
offense.
to me though, the thing with Baltimore is like they do that run first thing, and it works, but it only works good enough. I think that Lamar is
I
a
think
better
Lamar-
passer than he gets credit for, and I
agree,
think.
but imagine having both and then allowing Lamar.
Yeah, but then there's no point to be a receiver on that team.
Well, that's exactly it. You just need Zay Flowers.
And I think that
then,
I think the problem is
three
I think
others.
that when
Huh?
it gets into the postseason, the defense is like, because of their style, it's very easy to scheme against Baltimore when you're the elite teams in the playoffs. When you get down to that, because they know what they're, and if you sign one of them, you know what they're doing. Like,
If I think back to the Ravens playoff games, I feel like the Ravens beat themselves a lot, though.
and I think a lot of it has to do with scheme and game planning. Like, they don't have that ability to say, "Fuck it, we're going to throw to win this game." They just, because then it's not their style.
Right,
But
that's
they've got,
okay.
and right now they have some weapons where they could really they could blow the minds of some teams they go against and just all of a sudden come out and throw it 40 times a game and be good at it. But
Well, Lamar will
just
throw for
bull-
380 every now and then.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he can do it, but they don't do it enough to make them feel to make defenses fear them as a versatile team.
That makes sense.
Like, a lot of the defenses, like, oh, that's fine. We might drop a linebacker in coverage every once in a while, but for the most part, you're going to stack the box because you're probably going to run it.
So you're saying keep your Keaton Mitchells, your Gus Edwards, and go get yourself a wide receiver?
I'm keeping, I see, like, because they've shown that they're good.
You're a huge Zay Flowers guy. You don't think next year that Zay Flowers takes another step?
I think, but if they sign Saquon, I think
I think that helps him take the next step because he doesn't see as much.
I think that the Ravens are so easy to
Imagine
lean on the
RPOs
run
with
that they're going to run
Saquon
more.
and Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers.
I do. I think that they have.
That is
I think they
fucking
have.
disgusting.
I liked Devin Duvernay. I think they got 3 potential really great fast receivers in there that you
That
could
they
just
don't
take-
use either.
Exactly.
They
That you
don't-
like Andrews across.
Duvernay returns kicks and he doesn't even get targets.
No, but when he got
He
the targets, he was
Last year
good
he
at
was
it.
good.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think with the Ravens, the problem is like if you add a guy like
Well,
Saquon.
they added Odell and he takes a lot of his snaps.
Yeah, I don't see Odell there next year.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, he's
Don't know why
going to
Odell's
be
still in the
he's going to
league.
be a journeyman for like the next 2 years, and then he's going to retire. But
2
I think
years, I don't think
if
he
you,
should be
if
on
you're
a
the
team.
Ravens and
It's
you
just-
sign a Henry or a Saquon, I think you're gonna just subconsciously have that tendency to lean more towards the run or go back to that run first offense that you were just so heavy on, and that makes it easier on defenses. You can play a lot more man coverage and. defend the run a lot better.
I mean, we're talking about one of the best football teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah, but not the best because
Who's the best?
I'm not saying the best, but I'm saying because of their scheme.
Who's the best? Who do you think the best is?
Right now?
Yeah.
It's the Eagles. I think the Chiefs have fallen down. I do not think they're a competitor anymore.
Chiefs. I would say the Eagles are definitely up there.
I think there's teams that have potential to be up there. I think offensively.
Do you think if the Eagles and the Niners play again in the playoffs, that the Eagles are winning that game again? I think so.
I think so.
I don't know. We'll see with Chase Young there now, too.
Niners defense got better.
Oh, it's so good.
For sure.
It's so good. And I think that's the one weakness of the Birds right now.
Everyone see that playoff game, and not as just a Birds fan. Everyone's like, well, this guy got hurt and this guy got like, yeah. The Eagles defense was hitting the fuck out of your quarterbacks. Like, what do you expect? Like you,
yeah, there was like 7 or 8 sacks that game.
Hurt and comment like, well, if so and so would have been in, or if Purdy didn't go out.
The best part about that whole thing is it's like, oh yeah, if our quarterback didn't get hurt, it's like, are you talking to the team that just won a Super Bowl a few years back because their quarterback got hurt and their backup came in and won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, with all the bitching that they did about, we didn't.
Do you guys fucking forget that?
We had to use Christian McCaffrey as a quarterback for a series. Yeah, but like, there's a reason why.
Because you guys suck at planning for this shit.
But here's the thing, like
how he does it.
The quarterbacks that got hurt didn't trip over their shoelaces.
Yeah, right.
The Eagles defense continuously hit the quarterback. You could blame that more on the offensive line of San Francisco than anybody else because they let the defense.
Whose helmet was it that
hit his hand on?
Yeah.
But the quarter, like, you let the Eagles defense get there. And that's not me as an Eagles fan. That's just me in general. Like, you want to bitch that you lost your quarterbacks? Well, then protect the motherfucker.
You can't bitch about injuries.
But no, I think San Francisco. I think offensively, I think the Bengals have potential, but their defense, like, I like Logan Wilson.
Their offensive line is sus.
I know, like, they're so close to it. The Bills, to me, have fallen off. That I don't put them in the conversation right now. I don't even know if
the Bills are making the playoffs.
One of the teams that I think has the pieces.
I think the Bills might miss the playoffs.
I agree with you.
I'm actually.
That's why That's why I said about going against them with the Broncos. Like
if you look at their schedule, like say they drop this week because the Broncos just got done beating the Chiefs, and who'd they play last week? That's bad. I should know this, but
the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should know that kind of stuff. I'm a bad fan. I really am, Church. I'm just terrible at it.
Why am I got it right.
Oh my God, who'd they fucking play?
They were on a bye last week.
That's why I don't remember. Ha! Not that terrible.
But no, like teams to me, the Chargers are a great team, but they are just not playing well.
Yeah.
Like they got all the pieces.
I don't even know what
like
their
the Jaguars, they have all the pieces to be a phenomenal team.
Yeah, what's up with that? I thought
they're just not winning games.
Actually, they've won like 6 straight. What are you talking about?
I mean, they started out so, but I'm saying like they should be.
They lost a couple in a row, but then they literally came back and won 4 or 5 in a row.
They're 6-2.
Yeah, so
okay. I mean,
I'm pretty sure they lost like the first 2 games and then 6-0 since.
I think they're. You're saying. I think the Eagles are just all across the board the best team, and the Niners are right there with them. It'd be a coin toss. That's gonna be a great game. I'm excited to see that. Chiefs fell off. Bears. I think the Chargers are way better than their 4-4 record, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. If it's the offensive coordinator or what, but man, do they scheme up some stupid third down plays.
For sure. All right, 16-team league. Quarterback situation the way it is right now. People hurt all over the place. What do you think Russell Wilson is worth for a trade?
Do you like peanuts?
So he's a bag of peanuts.
No, 16-team league, quarterbacks hurt. Well, okay, so I just picked Jerry Jeudy, and you did say, remember the quarterback's Russell Wilson.
I know. I'm not saying. I'm throwing a question out there. Guys interested? I put him out there because you're going to give away. In our league, quarterbacks have been going of the waiver wire for an insane amount of money. Like guys are just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not picking anybody else up. I'm just going to empty my bank account on Bagnay. Fucking Bagnay. Jonah's brother.
Beignet.
So, and Fields is literally going to come back and take it. They're going to play Fields again at some point. So people are wasting their.
Have to.
Oh yeah. It's still Fields' team. They gave up a lot of shit to get Fields, so
They did.
it's still his team.
They gave him a lot of shit to get Trey Lance too, and he gone.
And let's be honest, they're not like absolutely like destroying people with Jonas Brother.
No, but he's worth it. He deserves a shot. Yeah, they're gonna.
Does
play
he
him.
though?
They're gonna play him.
I mean, I can understand giving him like.
Can he play guitar?
I don't know.
I mean, that would make a big difference.
Can he? I'm not going to say that on fucking camera, but anyway. Sorry.
So Russell Wilson. So you're going to give up Russell Wilson. Let's say, okay,
I'm
pick
going
a position you need.
It's a 16-team league.
Comparison.
We play 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, and 3 flex.
I'm saying, so you're going to trade him away. You want to say what he's worth. So give me a position that you need.
Wide receiver. I mean,
So
we only play
what's-
2 positions.
What's he's worth? What is he worth? I mean, a quarterback's worth a little bit more.
See, here's the thing. The guy that I'm trading to only has a 3rd-round pick. I'm actually starting to get nervous. He might leave the league next year because he has 0 picks.
Well, then give him a pick.
Well, I'm not giving him a pick for. He doesn't have anything to give me. I don't know what he's willing to give up.
So Russell Wilson's still a quarterback, still serviceable. So you're not going to give him up for nothing.
He's still gonna get you points. Like
DJ Moore?
that might be a little much in a 16-team league, don't you think?
DJ Moore's too much.
I would say
Okay, so he's less than a DJ Moore.
for sure.
Okay,
Yeah, 100%.
so he's more than an Elijah Moore.
Actually, I'd probably give him up for Elijah Moore.
You probably give up Russell Wilson for Elijah Moore. So that's where you put Russell Wilson right now? Plus a pick or just straight up?
Maybe Elijah in a 3rd. I don't know though. Elijah's got some upside.
Right. In a 16-team league.
In a 16-team league, Elijah's got some upside a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's not like
He's still young.
A
like-
10-man league? Nope.
Yeah, in a
12-man
10-man
league,
league, no. Well, in a 10-man league, Russell's not. He's still sitting on the fucking waiver wire.
All right, so then...
That's why people are going to listen to this and go, "You're trading Russell? Who the fuck is trading for Russell Wilson?"
yeah.
That's why I'm like, the guy's interested.
Well, you think about a 16-team league, there's only 32 teams
Well, see,
in the
here's
league.
yeah, exactly. And
So
here's
your
the
backup
thing.
quarterback gets hurt, you are fucked.
Right. I think he had. Oh my God, who was his backup? But they just went down for the season.
Who?
T. Muckle. He's the guy that doesn't. He had Daniel Jones.
Speaking out to that league, bunch of you followed us and
Shout
watch us now. Shout out to that Suburban Bourbon League.
The Suburban Bourbon League.
Tell your friends, keep
It's
watching.
actually a dope ass league. We'll get into it a little bit more.
I'm not gonna tell you what
stuff.
team I am in the league.
So far, it's been going good. There's a lot of competitiveness in it. It's been making me smile. Some arguments going down. Anytime there's an argument, I always take it as a positive because it just means guys give a shit. So like, that's not a bad thing. Like if guys are
Raji Rice for Russell.
oh fuck in a million years, all
so
day long.
He's that okay.
I wouldn't say Raji Rice is definitely more valuable in a 16-team dynasty league than Russell Wilson right now.
So if I'm him, who's
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if I'm going to trade him, which I'm definitely willing to trade him.
I think about that. That team is getting a Russell Wilson and giving up a quarterback that's a receiver that's serviceable.
Honestly, I would want like a late 2nd round, which is like
Just straight up for him?
yeah,
A late 2nd round for Russ?
yeah, which is like what the 30th overall pick ish in a rookie
Roughly.
draft.
To me, I would value him a little bit more because of he could end up being a little bit better, but at the same time, you can't value your trade on what could be. Like you're talking about Muck City, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Because
that's it.
he's got DK, Drake, Pittman.
His team is disgusting, but he doesn't have a backup quarterback.
I hate you.
He's
And
the one
I
that got AJ Brown for a bag of skins.
That's right.
Yeah,
He literally kicked that dude in the balls and took whoever he wanted from him.
pretty much. Yeah. He took advantage of the new guy.
I hate you for doing it because
yeah, everybody does it. And I was worried about it when I invited said person into
Nico?
the league. I would love to get Nico. See, actually, you know what?
ask for Nico.
Maybe I give him a pick and Nico and Russell for Nico.
He's only got a 3rd. Why don't you give him a 2nd and Russ for Nico?
I don't know what I have. Hold on.
Give him a 2nd and Russ for Nico. That's a fair trade in a 16-team league.
A 2nd and Russ for Nico Collins. Maybe
I don't
he'll do
hate that trade.
Maybe he'll do that. Yeah, another guy offered me more and more.
He offered you
Elijah
so
Moore
much more.
and Rondale Moore for Russell Wilson and Jahan
you got
Dotson.
first and a third. So try a third.
And I laughed at him. So
Try a third.
yeah, we'll do that. He's not going to do that.
He's not
Nico's
gonna do
been a
that.
beast.
His team's. Here's the thing. His team's pretty good.
His team's so beast.
Does he need the draft picks next year to be relevant? No.
No, for
So
sure
he's
not.
better off having the. Again, he's better. He doesn't need the draft picks because he's got a deep team for a 16-team league. So he doesn't need the draft picks. So
no, he's trying
he'll
to
get
win
Russ.
it. He's trying to
Give
win it
something.
this year. He's afraid that if his quarterback goes down, I don't know who the quarterback is.
Tyler Hinnanilly
No, he's
and Jimmy G.
oh, so yeah, he's definitely.
So he needs
a
quarterback.
What if I offered him? Well, because if I give him,
Josh Reynolds is not worth it.
If I give him Russ, that means I have to draft a quarterback, so I have a backup.
Yeah.
Which means I'm using my top pick then. It's probably going to be a May.
Which is fine
or-
because this upcoming year is a good quarterback
good-
draft,
yeah, it's
but
either
it's
gonna
weak
be-
everywhere else.
It's going to be May or Caleb Williams.
Gonna
Because
be
I'm hoping
May.
I have a top 3 or 4 pick, and I'm hoping the guys who are in front of me have quarterbacks and don't want one of those guys. I'm so scared that my team's getting ready to fucking blow up. I'm going to win out pretty much and miss the playoffs by a little bit and then I'm going to get a shitty pick. It's okay. I like my team though.
I do too. I think your best bet for him is going after Nico.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, let's rate this last beer and let's call this a Pukanuka.
I like it.
This is my favorite one out of the group. That was a very easy 7 point. That was a 7.7.
I got to give it to you, VooDoo Ranger. Every single beer I had tonight was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I would drink the VooDoo Ranger line anytime.
Any single one of those ones, if you had them at your house and I walked in and you offered me one, I would not be disappointed.
So what are you going with the Haze? You're up to go first.
I like that one better than the cash. Cash rules everything around me.
That was my favorite one of the group.
What, cash rules everything around me?
No, this
the
Haze.
last one,
because
well,
it
you
was
were excited for it.
it was hazy, but like you know what?
I gave this what, a 71.
You gave the Cashmere 71.
Okay.
Cashmerize. But I like this because it was smooth, no aftertaste, good smell. And
You know how when hazy's and you
7.7.
drink them and it's just like a whole bunch of shit going, it gets hazy. right?
Honestly, it was I tasted more of the IPA. To me, this was no more hazy than this was.
Agreed. That's why I think I like it more. This one was more of an IPA in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a great IPA. I don't know if I call. I mean, I guess you got to call it a hazy, but I don't even know if I consider it a hazy.
See, I don't know with the haze glare. It's like I don't know what their play is there, but it wasn't like super cloudy. Like oh man,
That's my favorite one. I know what I'm doing already.
This one I gave a 74.
That one you gave a 74. The VooDoo Ranger regular you gave a 70. The Cashmerize you gave a 71.
Guys, I gotta say it. I'm not usually a haze guy, and I'm going.
You're twisted at my heartstrings.
Yeah, I'm going 77 on that beer.
Hot damn, 77.
It was my favorite one by far.
I think that is that the best you rated a hazy yet?
Oh, easily. Has to be, because that's the first one that I've like drank, and I was like, "Damn, this is a good beer."
That was a good hazy
That's a really good beer.
because it wasn't.
like, I want to actually go find that and get it like a 6-pack. So
See what we should open up another one for the after episode
You're absolutely right.
and pop one open and pour us damn beer. All right, so I've been going up by 2 every time, but because I liked it, no, we're going room tempy. I'll tell you what, I went 72, 74, 76, and I was gonna go 78 on this, but I do like it. I'm gonna go 79 on this, the Haze Glaze. That's a good beer.
It is a very good beer.
It's a very good beer. So that's a 79 for me. So on average, I'm going to say we're in the mid 70s as a line. VooDoo, New Belgium, you did some damn good work.
I was gonna say there isn't a single beer on this lineup right here that we wouldn't recommend to y'all.
And this was a flight night pick by your man Dustin
the
Kilburn.
fucking flight of a lifetime there. That's a hands down the best variety pack I have ever purchased They all came in the same fucking case.
And who doesn't like the imagery there? That's funny.
Like, honestly, like usually I'm like walking around a beer distributor. I'm like, what am I gonna buy? Oh, maybe I'll get one of these variety packs, and you get it, and it's like you like one beer out of the whole thing, and the rest of the beers you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have got this variety pack. Boom, that was a good one.
All right, well, we're gonna enjoy this New Belgium, booze and ballin'. It's an episode, so Puka Nuka.
Shaken, not stirred. Puka Nuka.